let's go ahead and open up the downloads folder. Open this folder in Finder. The first thing that I want to install is the Stream Deck software. Let's go ahead and do that. Double click it and it says, yes, please allow this software to run on my computer. Okay, I need to install Rosetta to make sure that Stream Deck runs on this computer. Go ahead and install it. You probably already have Rosetta installed, so go ahead and do that just so you're sure that this is going to run on your computer. All right, let's click on done. Go ahead and go through the setup process. Hit continue, agree, yes, please install it. Gotta put in my password again. All right, it's installing the software, and as it's installing the software, we also want to make sure that everything else is downloaded. I'm just going to move over and see, okay, Ecamm Live is downloaded. I've got the Notability Light board, and there you go. Once Stream Deck is downloaded and installed, it'll launch this window. This is the Stream Deck window. You can see that I only have one Stream Deck connected to this computer and only have one default profile loaded to where we were. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move this to the trash. All right, let's go over to the download folder again. The next thing that I wanna do is install Ecamm Live. So I'm gonna go ahead and install Ecamm Live. It's installing, there we go. Yes, please open it up. And Ecamm Live is now opening. It wants access to your camera, so go ahead and accept it. And it also wants access to your microphone. Go ahead and click OK. And of course, you want to accept the terms of agreement. And there you go. I want to make sure that Ecamm Live is living in the right directory. You want to make sure that Ecamm Live is living in the applications folder. So go ahead and drag it over there. I'm going to go ahead and launch Ecamm Live again. And as soon as you launch Ecamm Live and after you've logged in, Ecamm Live's detected that Stream Deck is installed on the computer. So it'll say, hey, do you want to install the Stream Deck plugin for Ecamm Live? And I'm gonna say, yes, please. As soon as you click on that, Stream Deck is going to highlight this window and basically ask you, hey, do you want to install this plugin to Stream Deck? So let's go ahead and click install, and yes, please install the profiles. Every time you install a new plugin from Ecamm Live to Stream Deck, you want to make sure that you install a profile because something might have changed during the software, and you want to make sure that every time you install the profile. And as soon as I do that, you'll notice that the icons and the buttons are now connected and now showing you the exact thing that they're going to control. Let's go ahead and close Stream Deck software. And what we want to do next, go on to my Ecamm Live, and that should get me logged on. As soon as I'm logged into Ecamm Live, it's going to ask me, hey, to stream Ecamm Live, stream using Ecamm Live, connect your favorite platforms. You can connect to these right now, or we can do this at a later time. So go ahead and click on X and I'll show you how to get back to it when you are ready. So in step 3A, download Ecamm Live. You click on the first link, it's going to take you to Ecamm Live download page. Then you want to download the Ecamm Live profile. Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to open and it's going to download that file. And then we also want to download the Ecamm Live resources. These are actual videos installed that Ecamm Live uses for it to work just the way we want it to work. Okay, now that the files have installed and downloaded, let's go ahead and unzip these two folders. The two files that are going to come out of these zip files is that number one is the GoBox starter profile.ecamm profile, and the next one is a videos folder. These are videos that we're going to be using in Ecamm Live. So let's go ahead and install the Ecamm Live profile. All right, it's going to say on Ecamm Live profile has been imported. All right, there we go. It is now installed. So we're going to notice that we have all of these scenes loaded down here. Now let me walk you through what Ecamm Live looks like. Let's close these windows so we have just Ecamm Live loaded on our machine. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scenes, and we have each scene has multiple overlays, which are then in the overlays window located right here. Now this laptop is not connected to GoBox Studio yet, which is why I'm going to show you just what each of these items do before we connect it to our GoBox Studio. So under the Stream Deck icon, click on Configure Stream Deck. This is now going to load up the Stream Deck software. Each of these buttons controls each of these things, each of these scenes, or enables each of these scenes. All right, so we're gonna pull up the Stream Deck software so that we can make sure that these buttons are linked in to the correct scene on Ecamm Live. So the first button, full screen, is going to connect to host full. Lightboard is going to connect to the scene lightboard. Sequence is going to connect to the video, the intro video. Then the full CTA is actually going to control an overlay called CTA-full. The half CTA is going to control an overlay that's named CTA-half. The lower CTA is going to connect to a file named, layer named CTA-lower. Let's go to the side-by-side. This is going to connect to the side-by-side guest. Under interview mode, the host guest is going to connect with host guest small, and the full guest is going to connect to the full size guest screen layout. The next one up is Keynote Circle. This is going to connect to Keynote Circle over here. Keynote Full is going to connect to Keynote Full right here. Keynote Picture in Picture is going to connect to Keynote Pip. So we're just matching up all of these scenes to the correct button in action. And this one's going to connect to black and white camera. The next two buttons, just like this button was actually connecting an overlay, the comments is also going to select to an overlay. So go ahead and click on comment. And then for air horn, this is actually a multi-action button, and it has two actions connected. The first one is it plays the sound, and the sound is already configured, and you can change the sound if you want. And then the animation that we're going to play is going to be the overlay file named confetti.mov. Now this confetti.mov, if you see in the overlays folder, in the overlays panel, you'll see that this eye is crossed out. You want to make sure that it's turned on. Watch what happens when I turn it off. Now when I turn it on, the video file plays, and there it is. Every time you tap on the air horn button, it's going to have the confetti and the horn go off. Let's go over to the GoBox Studio so that we can hook this up and show you all the functionality and how it works.